we are back in Vegas to spend the Christmas. This is our 4th time being here. This time around, we'll be spending the entirety of our Christmas trip in Caesar Palace, which is behind me. I've always wanted to stay in Caesar Palace after watching The Hangover, so this time around it's really exciting. I'm going to show you guys how the hotel room looks like, how the overall vibe and environment is for Caesar Palace.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot a tab.
Let me show you around our hotel room. Our room is situated in the Augustus Tower. It is 650 square feet with view of the Blvd fountain. Entering the room, there is a huge bathroom on the left with 2 elegant sinks. I like that there's a separate standing shower area because I hate using the bathtub. Like, no one uses the bathtub, come on. The main room is really spacious. There's a king-size bed and a couch. And on the right, there are some cabinets and a work desk. Our room has a decent view of the fountain and parts of the strip, but we do wish that it was a few floors higher so that we can see the fountain more clearly.
Okay, this time around it will be a very exciting stay for us because we have a lot of really cool activities lined up. We are catching a couple of shows in the next 1 or 2 days, and we'll be also dining in a few of the very renowned restaurants in Vegas. And you can see here, being winter, Vegas is not really that crowded, so it's pretty nice to tour, which is one of the reasons why I picked this time period to visit the place. And also the weather is pretty good as well. But sky turned dark really quickly. Now it's only 4 PM and outside the strip is completely dark right now. Our first stop for dinner is at Momofuku, an Asian fusion fine dining restaurant located along the strip.
Where things fall into place. So if you're down, I'll be.
The overall experience at Momofuku is very pleasing, and my favorite dish is their crispy lamb racks, which has the perfect combination of lean and fatty meat.
How does that sound? How does that sound?
Good morning, guys. It's a pretty eventful night last night, to say the least. Basically, our room was facing the streets, and in the middle of the night when we were trying to get to sleep, there was this huge truck doing underground drilling at 12 midnight, which does not really make sense, but basically we couldn't get to sleep, and our room's noise cancellation was really bad. So we had to go to the front desk and request them to give us another room in another building, which they did. In case you didn't know, basically Caesar Tower has 6 different buildings, and we were staying in Augustus initially, and we got shifted to Palace, which is like more inside and facing the pool and the garden. Thankfully, we were able to get a pretty decent night's sleep, but yeah, pretty eventful night. And you can see from my background, Vegas has been basically like raining the entire morning since I woke up. I mean, like being in the desert and it rains I guess it's like pretty rare. It's not like the heaviest rain, we can still like enjoy the outdoors, but yeah, it's just not the best weather to enjoy in Vegas, I guess. For brunch, we headed for one of the classics, almost a must-have when coming to the California-Nevada region, In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger has the best fast food burger in the US in my opinion, due to its fresh ingredients and perfect meat to veggie ratio. And of course, its most popular animal fries, which for some reason you have to order via the secret menu. As expected, we couldn't find a seat in the restaurant, which is probably more crowded than usual since it's the only affordable food in Vegas Strip. After brunch, we spent rest of the afternoon in the hotel casino playing various games. The Caesars Palace Casino is often regarded as one of the best casinos in Vegas. It is absolutely massive,
has a really nice decor and vibe, and I like that it is not as smoky as some of the other casinos on the strip. We also visited the foreign shops at Caesars Palace, which is beside the casino, and did a bit of Christmas shopping. Dinner is definitely one of the highlights of the trip. Eating at Hell's Kitchen is almost a must if you are staying at Caesars Palace. As we walk in, we are greeted by Gordon Ramsay, the man himself. The restaurant overall has a really nice vibe. It has an open kitchen concept that mimics the Hell's Kitchen TV show. The seat beside us ordered this really fancy smoke on the Boulevard cocktail, and this is when we realized we ordered the wrong drink as we sip our boring cocktail in envy. For starters, we have foie gras and lobster risotto. And for mains, we each had the classic beef Wellington. I ended up making a mess on this dish as it is really hard to keep the crust and the steak together when I was trying to eat. The food has been amazing so far, but the highlight of this meal is definitely their sticky toffee pudding, which is the best pudding I have ever eaten. Also to add, because we had to change our room last night, the hotel gave us a $150 coupon as a compensation, so we really did not have to pay much for this meal. Day 3, we finally wake up to sunny weather, which is the perfect timing since we are heading to what will become the highlight of our trip.
Okay, the weather has finally cleared up. Behind me is Vegas' biggest new attraction, the Sphere.
As we walk into the Sphere, we are greeted by a very futuristic lobby and many interactive AI robots. These are just appetizers, and the main show will be held in a theatre. My initial impression of the theatre is that it is just a regular cinema experience, and wonder if there is anything unique about this show. And in the next moment, the rectangular screen suddenly expanded to the entire interior of the Sphere, giving us an almost 360 view of the show. The whole experience is very mesmerizing, very unique, and definitely worth the visit. And this concludes our Vegas trip. Thanks for watching the vlog. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon in my next video.